Afternoon, folks. You said, all right, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Full Throttle Cup Series as we have the next gen cars getting ready to go here at Dover, the 1 mile oval here. It's going to be a fun track. We know how tight this racetrack is, and it's going to be awesome to see these guys get out here in these next gen cars. See how they really drive together on these on the high banking here at Dover as we go on board with that 14 of Bryant Seaborn. It's going to make his way out in that FedEx number 14 machine. That Toyota Camry going to through at turn number 3 and 4 on his out lap. As he's going to hit the stripe, and he is going to come through turn number 1 and 2. Roll it onto the back straightaway here. We'll see how the Bryant Seaborn is able to set his first lap. As it looks like Nick Cannon going to currently sit at 22:32. That is going to be the time right now, 22:26 from Austin Rhodes. We'll see at 22:35 from Bradley Wilson as Bryant Seaborn going to come across in a 22:32, so it's going to set him in P2. Case Collenbach is going to set himself up there. Whoa, a group of drivers just qualified all about the same time. We have about 10 drivers now qualified as we are starting to see some numbers just pop up all over the screen. We'll go ahead and go through a couple drivers here. Matthew Fitz, Case Collenbach, James Morgan, Daniel Ship, Brian Hubel, all setting their lap times. So Daniel Ship going to currently set himself up in P1, and then Bryant Seaborn right after that. He's going to go into a 22:04, so almost a low, or high 21s, excuse me. Bryant Seaborn going to be your pole sitter. We'll see how the rest of this field adapts here, and we got a lot more cars, it seems like, this week, Chris.
Yeah, it does look like there's a lot of cars out here on the track. You see Bradley Wilson just burning out into the containers there as we're right on Josh Abbey. It looks like he's already set a lap. Nathan Nichols out on track right now. Yeah, we do have a lot of drivers out here on the track this week. That is good to see.
Yeah, and a lot of nice looking race cars as well. It's good to see these next gen cars back out here for another week of racing here. As a Full Throttle guys, bringing us the opportunity to watch these open setup next gen cars. So not only are these drivers having to get used to a whole new race car, they're having to get used to how to set these race cars up. We know independent suspension on these race cars changes a lot of what you're used to and what you're used to setting up a race car. We used to have the rear solid arms, a lot of wedge, a lot of adjustments like that. What rear springs we're going to be running now, it's all independent suspension. So it brings a whole another ball game to the setup department. And these guys are really having to not only work to fill that race car out, work to really learn how to set these race cars up. So got a lot of smart guys out there, got a lot of big brains, and I'm sure they've already brought it down to basically their ABCs with this stuff. We know that, oh, look at that. Patrick Ginter, Chris, that 38 machine. That Ford Mustang's going to put himself with a 21.98. He is going to put himself in that pole position. That 811 dig machine, he is going to be currently sitting on that pole. We've got 18 cars that have qualified as you're out on board with David Salter, who's going to go and set his second lap. 21.948. David Salter now going to be on that pole position.
Yeah, look at David Salter coming out swinging the blows. I know Patrick Ginter's probably cussing at him in the chat right now because every time I pass him,
cussing? Never.
Every time I pass him on the whenever I get the pole away from him or I always qualify one row in front of him, he's always like, "Come on, Kiwi."
We know Patrick's not cussing, man. Patrick's probably the most laid-back driver in the series, man. He'll take what he can get and he'll run with it. As you're going to see that Candyman, that 18, Brian Chew. Going to see him back out here in that Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry as he's going to roll his way out on his outlap, get those tires up to heat, get that car up to speed as he's going to roll into his green flag and start his lap number 1 of qualifying.
Yeah, it's good to see Brian Chew back out here. He was one of those front runners last season, so it's good to see him get back out here in these next-gen cars. Whoa, as we say that, he's getting up into the wall there coming out of turn 2.
As he's going to pick up that 23.038 on his first lap. Definitely going to get on the gas here. We'll see where Brian Chew's able to pick it up as he's rolling through turn number 3 and 4. See how much time he's able to add to this second lap as he rolls it off 4. Looks like he had a little bit of a moment there off 4. As that's going to make it 22.261. That's going to currently set him up there in that 12th position. Not in the top 10, but he is up there. As we've still got a good bit of drivers here to qualify, but Looks like qualifying is over, actually. We hit that 5-minute mark, and we had about 10 drivers still left to qualify here, as your field is going to get gridded up here in just a moment. As we are going to run you through your qualifying grid here in just 1 second. Chris, you want to get some track information up on the board? As if you're looking right, you see that partly cloudy 79 degrees Fahrenheit with track temperatures around 119. And again, do apologize if the streams look a little choppy tonight. Had some very, very bad storms in the Carolina areas these past weeks, so our internet hasn't been the greatest. If it is dropping just right now, just hang on. It should be back up to its, yeah, it will be back up to its full potential, hopefully before we get too into this race. But we are recording the race as well, so if the stream does seem to go to that weirdness factor, we will have the recording just in case. But hopefully that is not the case. But it looks like we've got a lot of cars here getting into the grid. Chris, if you want to go ahead and run through the qualifying grid here. As sitting on pole, it's going to be that call before you dig, 811 Harley Davidson Motorcycles of David Salter, with Patrick Ginter, that number 38 Ford Mustang, who hasn't spawned in yet, but he will be sitting on that outside pole. He will be sitting P2. It's going to be that number 14 of Bryant Seaborn in that number 14 Toyota Camry. He is going to be sitting in that P3 position, with Daniel Ship sitting in his outside lane in that P4 spot. Bradley, that G Unit Wilson, man, that 51 machine, last season, Cup Series winner, or Cup Series champion, and last week's race winner, correct? He is going to be sitting here on that P5 position, as he picked up the first win in the next gen cars this season. Then it's going to be that number 8 of Logan Rhodes sitting in that P6 position, with Nick Cannon in P7, Jonathan Coombs sitting in P8, with Austin Rhodes P9, and then Stoney Benfield going to round out your top 10 here. Joshua Abbey in that number 5 machine, he is going to line up P11, with Brian Chu in that 18 Interstates battery lining up P12. Chad Hitchcock lining up in that P13 spot, and I'm assuming that's Daniel Hinder. I'm not sure, never seen that name, and I don't know. Not sure. We'll have to get 100% confirmation on how to say his name. So sorry about that. As the 15 of Casey Collenbach, not sure which one of those two either. Oh man, this is weird getting these new drivers. Got to get these names down pat. Sorry about that. Is James Morgan. He's going to be sitting in that 16th position, with Casey sitting 15th. Ty McIntosh going to be sitting in that 17th position, with Matthew Fitz in 18th. Robbie Bice, that 28 machine, he's going to be sitting in that 19th position, with Brian Hubel in P20, round out your top 20. Then it's going to be Austin Gee in that 21st position. Nathan Nickel, he is going to be lining up in that 22nd position, with Josh Carver, 23rd. Ryan Sword is going to be P24, with William Brown in P25. Adam McKinney, P26, with Ed Bauer, P27. Then it's going to be Mickey Newman in that P28 spot, with Michael Zuver in that P30. Or P29, excuse me. Michael Lester in P30. Two Michaels right there, so I got ahead of myself. As Stan Mayberry going to be in that P31 spot. Michael Self in P32. And it looks like AJ Green going to round out your field of 33 here in that P33 spot. We've got a lot of race cars out here on the track tonight. A big old grid that is going to be forming up. I know the grid countdown was extended just a few minutes to give some of these drivers the opportunity to get in. Maybe some of them changing a little bit to the setups before they get out there. But either way, we're going to see some drivers getting ready to go here, as you see some more spawning in here. Have about one car left. That would be that 48 of AJ Green. After that, the field will be gridded up here, and we will be ready to go.
All right, it looks like the cars are getting ready to get out on the track here. Looks like we're getting ready to get rolling. You see that 88 David Salter and that 38 of Patrick Ginter. They're rolling up to that outside and inside lane. You see that 14 of Brian Seaborn there on that apron, with 44 Daniel Ship behind him. So it's going to be a lot of interesting racing going on here these first couple of laps, because we do know that this track is one of those tracks that you have to be on your A game. It's a lot of banking even in the straightaway. So coming out of that that tremendous bankings in turns 3 and 4, it can be a handful.
Get unsettled here tonight coming off that turn. It's going to be fun to see these drivers battle that race car as we go here. 32 cars are going to take the green flag here, and we are going to be rolling here at Dover in just a moment. We'll see how these drivers do take these first couple laps. We know it's going to be intense, and we've already heard drivers saying, patience, guys, let's get it going. As we are green here, Patrick Ginter going to be off to a good start in that outside lane, and we are going to be rolling here. As you see those two Sparkle Unicorn cars battling out, that was the 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs. And as they are rolling in to turn number 1 and out of turn number 2 here, down the back straightaway, your leaders, and you already see some contact with that outside wall. I want to say that might have been that 22 of Chad Hitchcock. I could be lying to you there. Actually, it was not. It was that 44 of Daniel Shipp, excuse me.
Yeah, as it looks like a lot of this field is starting to get single filed out. We're only 2 laps into it, but a lot can't happen here. As you see David Salter, he's starting to get out to a really demanding lead in front of that 38 of Patrick Ginter. So that 88's got the track figured out right now. So you see him, he is just starting to pull away there from that second place position. But it looks like they're starting to stack up back there a little bit.
Chris, I want to point out that 01 Tom Agatosh, he's already up 5 spots in that 12 position. Qualified out in P17, that 01 rolling with Case Casey, not sure, excuse me on that. We will get confirmation on that name at some point, I'm sure, as that 84 machine, he's following in tow as well. He's up from his spot of 15th. So these guys rolling here early. Got the 01 on a good little run here early, as well as calling back that 84 machine rolling. Wrecking in the front stretch, I hear. As the 14 around, that's Bryant Seaborn. All the drivers look like right now they're going to get around. Everybody's slowing those machines down. Doesn't look like nobody else really going to get involved. So good on these guys to get checked up here. As, that did look like the number 4 of, was that the number 4 Nathan Nickel? Not sure who that single number car was on the bottom of the track. As it's the 5, excuse me, the 5 of Josh Abbey. A lot of new schemes here, a lot of new numbers, and excuse me, still getting used to these numbers as we roll in, and we have a lot more cars this race. As we'll look, that 14 just got on the apron, got big loose. Good awareness by the 20 and the 51 to get around. The 8 going to get around cleanly. Woo! Ooh. Jonathan Coombs. I see Josh Abbey looks like he's just going to get a single car accident. It looks like the 22 at Chad Hitchcock might have gotten in the back of that 14 as well.
Oh, you see the 22 getting a woed up there. Good situational awareness from the field there. Because this is a really tight track, so that is one of those things where you see a lot of wrecks here because of wrecks.
Yeah, and these guys did a good job here. Lap number 3, or excuse me, lap number 4. We already had our first caution, but like you said, Chris, good situational awareness from all these drivers, able to get it past on Dover. I mean, that inside-outside wall, only a few feet away from each other. It seems like when you're inside that race car, it feels like you're just driving down a little grocery store aisle when you're going down the front and back straightaway here. It's really tight here at Dover. That was good awareness, heads up driving, and good on the spotters to call out where that race car was and get all their drivers by clean. So here at lap number 6, we'll be rolling. It looks like nobody going to come down pit lane besides those drivers that maybe took some damage. So no early strategies playing yet, but we got 120 laps at Dover, so we'll see some strategy come in here soon, I am sure.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stacking up here. We're going to see a lot of these drivers wanting to go, and a lot of stacking up here on these starts. You did see it there. David Salter was able to get a really good jump on that start. And Patrick Ginter was also part of that really good start. But everybody else kind of stacked up there. You saw a lot of bunching up in the back of the field. So we'll see how these restarts start handling themselves once these drivers get settled in.
Settled in, that is the name of the game here tonight, Chris. These drivers really going to have to get settled in. With the, like we were speaking all in pre-race, I mean, you can't say it enough. I mean, new race car. We went from fixed setups last season, everybody being on that kind of like IndyCar kind of, esque schedule where we were all, just kind of running the same race car, same setup besides steering ratio and, some tape, that you were changing up every now and then. You weren't really changing much up on those race cars. I mean, you weren't even allowed to change tire pressures, or you'll get black flagged at the end of the race for adjusting a fixed setup where you're not supposed to. So, I mean, it's a big difference for these guys, man. Number 1, new race car. Number 2, open setup. So for some of these drivers that we've saw, last season that were fast, it's weird to see them, kind of fall back to the field a little bit. But for the most part, we've seen, these guys mostly stay consistent. One of those drivers that stepped up a lot since last season, I got to point out again this week, that 02 of Jonathan Coombs, man. It seems like week in and week out, that 02 machine just getting better. Truck series, Cup series, no matter what it is, it seems like Jonathan Coombs now usually makes his way up to the front early, or he's going to qualify there. And that's good progress to see. And we might be looking at him for late here into the playoffs this season with that 02. It'll be interesting to see where all the Team Sparkle Unicorn drivers do go. They're all really good race car drivers, and they seem to got a hold on these open setups. All right, as the 811 dig, Monster Mile 120 going to get back to green here. As David Salter going to get off to a good start. Green flag back out. That 51 of Bradley Wilson also going to get off to a good start, as he's going to jump that 38 of Patrick Ginter into turn number 1. And he's going to put himself up into second place. We'll see how long it takes for that 51. We want to get back up on that back bumper. David Salter, we know how consistent Bradley Wilson has been since he's picked up that championship win. And all through the playoffs as well. We've got big trouble down the back straightaway. That looks like that could have been the 13 of Adam McKinney. Not sure, as I just saw numbers and names dropping in the lineup. You're not really able to tell sometimes from these camera views. You just see a little bit of a driver in the back. So I do apologize if I called out the wrong car, but it looks like we are all getting stacked up here in this 13th position on back. That's at Brian Hubel, number 19 machine. He's got the 3 of Josh Carver to his outside. 4, Nathan Nickel is going to be behind him. Is that 3 going to get a big run around out of turn number 2? And Carver into the big trouble for that number 3 machine, as he made the pass for that 19. He's going to be in big trouble as he's going to pull that race car down to the apron. We'll see if he decides to go down pit road, but that 3 machine just had big contact with that inside wall.
Yeah, you saw him getting loose off of that corner. That's what I was talking about. A lot of these drivers want to get on that gas really fast, but that corner banking coming off into that straight, it drops dramatically. I want to say that it's around 28 degrees in the bankings with...
Reckon out of 2, reckon out of 2.
Yeah, I want to say I do hear a caution out. I want to say it's Ryan Sword. Yeah, that 94 Team Sparkle Unicorn. Ford Mustang there going around. We're going to go back and see what happened with him. Maybe same thing you saw happen there with Josh Carver, maybe just getting on that gas a little bit too early.
As he's coming off of turn number 2. Oh, him and the 84 got linked up, and that was some net code right there that spun the 94 around. Either way, those guys should have been involved in an accident together, net code, you know, or not. But net code did just make it either, they could have made it a little bit better for both of them, to be honest. I mean, the way he got spun, that could have definitely been disastrous for the 84 and, you know, Ryan combined. But, you know, luckily Ryan was able to keep it off of the wall for the most part. Got the rear end into the back of that 84, but, you know, that could have been a lot worse. The net code could have just maybe saved that wreck into being something more than it could have.
Yeah, a lot of these newer race cars, they aren't built like they were before, so a lot of the body damage isn't the same as it used to be, but yeah, you don't want to take any damage on any of these cars. As we're at lap 12 of 120 here at the Monster Mile 120, brought to you by 811 Dig and Cook's Lawn Care. Just want to thank everybody for being on that Facebook and that YouTube page. Just make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to share it out to your friends. Make sure to share it out so that way you don't miss any of the races here for the Full Throttle series, because we've got it going on every Sunday night.
And it's going to be a good season, man. We saw a great opening race last week at the debut race. Bradley Wilson did pick up that win. Right now, he's sitting in that second place, you know, coming off that championship last season. I mean, Bradley Wilson ran so good in that 11 machine last year. Now he's got himself in that 51 machine. It's like he's picking up where he left off, man. He got that Dodge front end on it, looking good in that 51 machine. And we'll see how far Bradley's going to run this season.
Yeah, I'm getting word from Josh Carver that he lagged out, that his internet is not very good, so... you see that that 3 car, that is what happened with him. Yeah, so that 3 of Josh Carver having a little bit of internet issues. You see, right now we've got Stoney Benfield and Stan Mayberry down pit lane. And Casey Kallenbach in that 84, he's also down pit lane as well.
Yeah, so we got a couple good cars here early, already beat up. Josh Carver, unfortunately, calling back that 84 machine. He's down pit road with some big damage repair. You know, you said Stan Mayberry, Stoney Benfield down pit road this time. But it looks like they're just taking normal pit stops, as Mayberry is going to get out in 45 seconds. Maybe just thinking here at lap 12, might as well go ahead and take some tires or maybe take some fuel, you know. See what we can get rolling here is maybe just a little bit of an undercut to see how long that 99 maybe stay out as we roll here. But some early pit stop strategies from that 12 of Stan Mayberry. Looks like Stoney Benfield, though, may have a lot of damage because he's down pit road for about a minute, but that 75 machine is making his way out.
Yeah, I do want to point out that Stan Mayberry, one of those drivers that I've had the opportunity of driving with the last couple of weeks in the truck and Xfinity series that I do run with the Full Throttle guys, and I want to say he is becoming one hell of a driver. He is really, he was stepping up in the setup games, trying to get everybody helped out. We were trying to figure everything out the other day. I just want to say, man, Stan, he's starting to show up, and he's starting to be a really good driver.
Yeah, it's good to see all these new names in here week in and week out, man. And Stan, another one of those drivers that hopped in late in the season last year for the Cup Series, and then like Chris said, driving in the trucks. Me and him both race around Stan, and
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
driving in the Xfinity Series. But other than that, I mean, Stan's starting to look good, man. Hopefully he can pick it up here and pick up some positions as he took that pit stop there. But pace lights are going to be off, and it's going to be that 88 of David Salter, and it's going to be Bradley Wilson, who made that pass on that 38 of Patrick Ginter last time on that restart on that inside lane. We'll see if that 38 of Patrick Ginter now can get a good start on that inside, as we know David Salter and Ginter probably going to be working together here on this restart to know when that timing is.
Yeah, I do know that they will call out when they are going to be jumping that line. So let's see if that 88 and that 38 can jump that same time. We'll see what goes on here.
As the sequential shifters in the race cars this year, 5 speeds in the transmission. David Salter going to get off to a good start, but that 51 also going to get off to a great start as well, as he's going to take off out of turn number 4. Green flag's going to be back out here, but Bradley Wilson now coming to that outside lane. We'll see if we got a battle for the lead here going into turn number 2. That 51's going to shoot it hard into turn number 1. He is going to get into that outside lane. He's going to be rolling. We're going to be too wide here down the back straightaway at Dover, as we've got the field back, but it looks like Bradley Wilson going to clear him. David Salter going to roll to that second position for the first time tonight. New leader here for the first time tonight as well. Bradley Wilson going to bring it around turn number 4. And at lap number 15, he will lead. Bradley Wilson, your new leader.
Yeah, maybe that 88 just kind of holding off to run in a conserve line. We'll see how that 88 starts to attack this leader.
As we got a battle for that third position as well. That 38 of Patrick Ginder now under pressure. That 20 of Nick Cannon. The Team Sparkle Unicorn car going to go to the inside. We'll see how hard Patrick's going to defend for this position. As look at that. That is the 01 at Ty McIntosh, up 12 positions from that original qualifying spot of 17th. We were talking about him earlier. Look at that. Ty McIntosh already rolled his way up into the top 5 in front of and in between those 2 Sparkle Unicorn cars of Nick Cannon and Jonathan Coombs.
Yeah, it looks like that 01 is on a tear right now. He's using that top lane to his advantage, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to roll out coming down this front stretch. Well, I say that. He's got a massive
big
front.
loose. Big loose. Wreck. Nick Cannon around on the front straightaway, as the caution will be out for the 3rd time here tonight. And it looks like everybody's going to get those race cars woed up and by cleanly. No! And that's going to kill Michael Lester.
Yeah, that would have been the 72 there of Michael Lester. I don't know who went over the wall.
That was the 22 of Chad Hitchcock.
Just going to roll it back here. As you see, Michael Lester just coming down the straightaway there, just had nowhere to go. That 20 just started pulling back up on the track, nowhere for that car to go. So you're gonna see him go around, and then
oh no, it wasn't the 22 of Chad Hitchcock. My bad.
That was the 44 there.
44.
Daniel Ship, as you see, flipping and doing a top spin there on the pit wall.
Now I can tell you, the driver's not happy right now in the driver chat, but we'll let that be what it is. That is not my job to bring that to you guys. So hey, just let you know, those drivers not too happy with what just happened there, but it looks like we are kind of might be still in half speed. Chris, there we go, back in full. So an unfortunate turn of events here for the night, as you saw after that caution brought out. 20 of Nick Cannon just thinking he might have been clear there. Sometimes when you're on those single monitors, you think you might be clear. You go to get that race car back up on the track, and then still got cars coming. So not sure about that. Unfortunate for the 20 of Nick Cannon. I'm very unfortunate for the 44 of Daniel Ship and the 72 of Michael Lester, as they were just innocent bystanders in all that right there. But hey, that's Dover. That's sometimes the way the cookie crumbles, man. And hey, you always don't get the night you want to have. So unfortunate for Michael and Daniel, but hey, just keep your head down. Those wins and finishes are coming for you guys this season. All right, as we're under caution here, going to go ahead and throw it to a quick commercial break. We will be back as these guys get lined up and go to green flag conditions here.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC 811 app. Know what's below. Before you dig, visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
Wait! We forgot to call 811!
Before you dig, make sure it's safe. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
And we welcome you back to the Monster Mile 120 here, brought to you by the 811dig.org. So it looks like the caution lights are out here at lap 22 of 120. So we're going to see a green flag run here. We're going to see how many these drivers can hold it together and keep it green. Let's see if we can have a green flag run stint here. So see that 51 there. Bradley Wilson, he's currently your leader. He's going to be bringing you to the line with that 88 of David Salter on the outside. So see how these drivers decide to handle out this this next set of green flag stints. You see the 51 getting a really good jump there on the 88s. The green flag is back out, so the 88's going to fall back a little bit. Patrick Ginter's going to assume that second place position over David Salter. Looks like David Salter's going to take that third place, but you see behind him, you got that 01 of Tom McIntosh on the outside there of that 02 of Jonathan Coombs. He's going to go ahead and squeak by him, assume that fourth place position, but it looks like that 88's going to suck up to that back bumper of that 38. Look at that, Tom McIntosh on a really big run here.
Yeah, Chris, another one of those drivers in the top 10 that's running good. Adam McKinney, man, that 13 machine, up 18 spots, started this race in 26th. Currently sitting in that 8th spot, so good to see that 13 now rolling, as he was one of those drivers that didn't make the qualifying, unfortunately, but he is still on a good little tear here in the race. Got some good pace. We'll see if that 13 200 Camry can pick off a couple more drivers here before we get to this halfway point.
Yeah, it's good to see who up here in that top 10. We do know that he's putting a lot of practice into the track and putting a lot of time into these open setups, so it's good to see who getting up here in that top 10.
As we go back up on board here with that 38 of Patrick Ginter, he's leading that head of 4 race cars. Behind that leader of 51 of Bradley Wilson, as you're going to see that 01 of Tom McIntosh now diving to the inside lane of David Salter. That 88 going to hang into that outside lane. They're going to roll 2 wide down the front straightaway here, as we'll see a battle go into turn 1 as there are drag racing. That 88 of David Salter going to be out in front at the moment, running that high lane. That 01's just going to roll on by. That might open that door for the 02 of Jonathan Coombs. That 88 of David Salter going to shut that door real quick. Crossover move maybe coming into turn number 4 here. Excuse me, turn number 3, as they're going to go under the bridge, jump into 3. They're going to get those race cars settled. That 01 going to wash up a little bit. That 88 David Salter, though, we know he is very, very big on that aggressive driving. That 88, once you take that position from him, he's going to come back. So you got to really watch out for David Salter to re-attack, and he does not take lightly to, if you give him that space, he is going to take it. So that 88 going to be aggressive here, and he's going to make that pass. McIntosh going to get to the wall. Yeah, just a little bit too much there on that 01, getting into the throttle, going to the back of the top of the track. That's going to allow the 88 and the 02 by. The 01's going to gather it back up here. His damage is can be a little bit of a factor here, but if you got a little bit of aero damage, not too much to worry about here at a track like Dover.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, Josh pointed out, if we are having a little bit of stream issues, do want to apologize. Storming really bad up here in the South Carolina area, so, you know, we got a lot of these hurricanes and stuff, and a lot of it spawning off little bitty storms that are hitting up here. So if we are having a little bit of internet issues, do apologize, but we're going to get back to the racing here, just letting y'all know.
Yeah, as we've got some separation between the 1, 2, and 3 position, but now it's going to be a battle between that 0-2 and that 0-1. It looks like the 8 of Logan Rhodes now starting to find a little bit of pace in that Chevy Camaro as he's starting to pull himself up to the back of this 5th place car. You see Adam McKinney now, he's rolled himself up another position, gotten past that 22 of Chad Hitchcock. He's got himself up in that 7th place. Chris, another mover, is that 9th position of Brian Hubel and that 10th position of Michael Zuber. Both those drivers up 11 spots in that 19 machine. The other one, that 96 of Michael Zuber, started this race in 29th spot. He's got himself currently in the points, rolling in that top 10 position.
Yeah, Michael Zuber's doing a really good job. That 96 pulling his way up through the field. Like you said, up 19 positions right now. But it looks like we got a little bit of a battle going on here between that 01 and that 13 of Adam McKinney. Looks like who's going to go ahead and pull it around, take that 6th place position.
Logan Rhodes got around as well, Chris. So it looks like that 01 Ty McIntosh, maybe just working that equipment too much. I mean, he is up a lot of positions, and you know, he saw him getting to the wall there just a little bit. Maybe that damage starting to come back and bite that 01, or maybe that equipment just eating up here a little bit too early at lap 31.
Yeah, as you see that 13 going to take that inside lane. It looks like Scrappy's just going to take that outside lane, let Hugo on the inside. But you're going to see that 13, both teammates going to work together. He saw maybe just running a little faster, so you see Adam McKinney get around. But he's going to be catching that 02 of Jonathan Coombs. It looks like Jonathan Coombs is all over the back bumper there, the 88 of David Salter. But look at that, David Salter going past Bradley Wilson, so Bradley Wilson falling back a lot.
Man, we just saw something miss because Patrick Ender's gotten to the lead. Not sure what we missed during that old battle. Do apologize for that, but we do got a good position battle here for that 2nd place as Patrick Enter is about a 2nd and 4/10 out. That 88 of David Salter going to get a little bit on that apron coming out of 2. That's going to allow that 02 to suck up to the back bumper, but he's just going to peek out, try to find some air. That 88 going to go to the inside lane here. Bradley Wilson really trying to make that outside lane work, but it looks like he's going to have that 02 file to his inside as well. That 88 going to get past. Salter going to clear. Here comes Jonathan Coombs and Adam McKinney.
Yeah, you see that 13 pulling up to the back bumper there, the 51. He's going to take that inside lane. It looks like Adam McKinney's definitely got a fast race car here tonight. Whoa, you see the 88 getting loose, checking up. Yeah, you see the 88 getting up into the wall, having to check up. That 02 also having to check up. So you see Jonathan Coombs making a run on the inside, so maybe a little bit of looseness in that 88 car. You see him sliding up into the wall.
Yeah, that 88 battling some big looseness. Maybe that right rear just not as good as these other cars around him. From being out in the, did I just hear a wreck in front stretch? Yeah, caution back out. So looks like it's going to be Daniel Hendry, that 71 machine. Oh, that 71 loose through 3 and then just loses it in 4. He's going to get around. We'll see if any other cars involved here inside wall. That 71 does a good job locking it down, staying off the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, did you see him teleport back to pitch there? Good job on that 71, keeping it off of the top lane and you know, just spinning it down on his own. Hate to see him get wrecked out like that, but it's good whenever you see him be able to hold it together.
I mean, we got a lot of guys debuting in the league here tonight. Another one of those drivers at 71. So unfortunate for a couple of our guys that have debuted here in the next gen cars, but hey, that's just that experience, man. You'll get it back under him, and we'll see a lot of good drivers. It looks like that 38 going to fake his way down pit road. But here comes that 88 of David Salter, that 51 of Bradley Wilson, Logan Rhodes, Tom McIntosh, Chad Hitchcock, Matthew Fitz, Austin Rhodes, and Nathan Nickel. Looks like that list just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So looks like your top 5 going to stay out, but maybe the rest of the field and just a couple of guys are going to stay out and bring it to the pace car. Right now, it's going to be a busy place on the pit road here at Dover. David Salter's still on pit road. He's going to lose a couple positions, maybe taking some damage repair. Is that 88 going to fall back to 14th here? When I hear Patrick Ginter and Jonathan Coombs coming over the driver radios right now, both communicating they wanted to pit there, but this track position, too nice looking. They decided to stay out, so we will see how that does affect them in this long run here. As we got a lot of cars that are going to be on fresh tires here at lap number 36, lap 37, and it's going to be fun to see now. These battles up here in the front, only 7 cars, excuse me, didn't come down pit road that time. So we are about to see some very tight racing here for the next couple restarts, because I say restarts because I I'm assuming maybe a caution here soon. We've got a lot of guys on mixed strategies now with tires. A lot of guys, you know, changing it up, deciding to go 4 tires and fuel. We got some guys out there in the front of the pack deciding to stay no tires, no fuel. But we'll see how that plays. I mean, it could be the good call, it could be the bad call. You never know. Or, you know, them not pitting didn't get them mixed up in some trouble that could go on in this backpack. You never know. We'll just have to see here as we are here under caution at lap number 38 here at Dover. Why don't you say something?
Straight up to lap 39 here of 120. We're under the 4th caution here. As you saw that, you did see that car going around there. 71 to Daniel Hendry just going to go single car spin there coming out of turn 4. Like we were saying, a lot of these drivers want to get back on that gas. I want to say that the banking here is 28 degrees, and then when you come into the front straightaway, it is a 9-degree transition. So it is a really big transition coming out from that, you know, those corners to that straightaway. So not as a lot of banking, and if you're on the gas, you can definitely spin it out. As I want to say, one of these camera views, you can actually see down the turn. You can see how bad it is. Yeah, you can see the bump down coming out of the turn. It is a big drop. Looks like the caution lights are out, so we're going to go green here this time around. This pace car is about to take that left turn. You got Jonathan Coombs on that outside. Patrick Ginter is going to be bringing you to that green flag. You got the 13 of Adam McKinney in 3rd place with Brian Hubel right behind him. So let's see how these guys handle this restart.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing him back to the green here. Brian Chu worked his way up into that 6th spot, staying out during that caution. It's going to be that 38 of Patrick Ginter getting off to a good restart out of turn number 4. As your leader does set the starts here in the Full Throttle series, only take that restart zone at the initial start, and then these guys do have the leaders do have the the restart under their discretion whenever they feel like they are ready to go. They can go. So as I'm hearing Reagan on the backstretch, nope, never mind. Heard he saved it. So seems like we are going to stay green here. If you want to go back up on board, yes, that 02 of Jonathan Coombs going to be riding that inside lane, 2nd position for that 02 machine. But here comes that 19 of Hubel. He is going to be up to that back bumper, but you see Bradley Wilson, who took those fresh tires, already carving his way through the field. He's worked himself up into that 4th spot. And you see Bradley Wilson now all over the back bumper of that 19 machine. Going to go to the inside lane. Here comes Bradley Wilson on a tear on those fresh tires. We'll see how much that 51 can get out to the lead here if he is allowed to, and if he can get a pull away here.
Yeah, you see those new tires are working dividends there for that 51. So let's see if he can get up here and mingle it up here with these leaders, which it looks like he's going to be up there in just a few seconds. Yeah, it looks like the 51 is going to take the inside there of Jonathan Coombs, so he's going to get around. Bradley Wilson's going to assume that 2nd place position. Looks like he's got the 38 here on the outside lane. He's just going to drive it right past that 38. So Bradley Wilson's going to assume the lead here at lap 43 of 120. So those older tires are not paying off for those front 5 or 6 that stayed out. So right now you got Patrick Ginter, Jonathan Coombs, Brian Hubel, Michael Zuber, Brian Chu, Adam McKinney, all on old tires. So a lot of these guys are on older tires. You're going to see a really big stack up here.
Yeah, you've got some fresh tire runners, some guys that didn't pit. As that 13 going to get big loose in the entry of 3. He's going to gather it back up. That's going to tighten him up out of 4. It's going to allow the 8 of Logan Rhodes to roll on by on the outside, but here comes that 12 of Austin Rhodes now. He's going to peek to the inside for just a moment. Doesn't got the position now, but he is going to roll into that inside lane. That 13, whoa, but he's into the apron. Big moment there for the 12 for just a moment, but he's going to gather that Ford Mustang back up as we are rolling 2x2 here down the back straightaway. Here comes David Salter on that outside lane to that 12 of Austin Rhodes. As they are going to be battling out 2x2 here. That 13 of Adam McKinney, 3 wide now. Coming out of the third turn number 4. As big wreck on the front straightaway. The 2 Matthew Fitz I see, and I'm not sure who else I did see that was. But it looks like we've got some more cars piled up in this wreck. That looks like the number 96 machine. That is Michael Zuver. I see the... Is that the two of Matthew Fitz? That is the two of Matthew Fitz.
It's got a little bit of a timing issue. It looks like Michael Zuver, Matthew Fitz.
And so we'll go on board and see what happened here. It looks like that 88 and that 19 going to make some contact. And then around goes them. And let's see. Looks like, unfortunately, the 22 going to get hit. But again, a lot of drivers making it through that maybe should have been caught up in this. So we're starting to see some drivers already very, very aware of what's going to be going on in front of them when they're seeing this racing break out. You see the 19 there, the 2 going to get on by. That's the 28 of Robbie Bice, the 4 of Nathan Nickel. The 27 machine going to get on by. Excuse me, the 37.
22 is going to get involved in there right there.
Yeah, after he got into the 82, he came back down the track, and then unfortunately...
Whoa, so you see a big check up there from Matthew Fitz missing that pit lane. Also missing the whole back end of that car.
Yeah, Matthew Fitz, man, he was on a decent little run here tonight. That 2 was starting to pick up a head of steam. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be caught up in this caution here. As you're going to see some more drivers come down pit lane, that's going to be time for Patrick Ginter and co to come down. And now we'll see those guys who pitted on lap 36, how well they're going to be able to extend those tires. As they're still somewhat fresh, but we're going to have some guys now on fresher tires. And you know how tires do work in iRacing, man. Just one lap, that's a big difference. So we'll see how these drivers do adapt up here in the front. And the guys that did pit early that are now going to be on those older tires, we'll see how they'll mingle with these fresh tire runners here.
See the 88 of David Salter starting to come down pit lane. You're going to have the 4 of Nathan Nickel right behind him. At 27, Sparkle Unicorn, William Brown coming down pit lane as well. A lot of these drivers deciding to come down pit lane even after. You see Stoney Benfield coming down with Austin Gee right behind him. A lot of drivers going ahead and bringing it down. I want to say that also... Yeah, that is the 84, Casey Collenbach. So it's good to see him back out on the track.
As again, do apologize. See that the stream is having a little bit of connectivity issues again. Do again apologize for that. Like we were saying, some big storms going on up here in the Carolina area. All the hurricane weather, all that, and just been basically raining and storming very, very heavily for about the last week now. So again, do apologize for that. As seems like the ISP issues are just biting us in the rear end at the moment, but it's been clearing up. We've been having issues where sometimes it's been dropping. So again, if you are sticking through the hiccups, we do very, very much appreciate that. And again, do apologize for the hiccups. But like we said, the race is going to be recorded, so we will re-upload the race. If you are looking forward to going back and re-watching the race, or you're a driver that's wanting to go back to re-watch the race, let them know that that race will be re-uploaded to YouTube in all of its beautiful 100% connectivity. It will not look like drop frames or anything. So yeah, it'll just it'll look all beautiful. So we do apologize again for the internet issues, and we will be re-uploading the race to the YouTube page after this with a fresh copy, we'll call it. And you'll be able to re-watch that perfect. So yeah, for right now, it looks like we're going to get back to green flag racing here in just a moment, as that 51 of Bradley Wilson and that 12 of Austin Rhodes are going to be too wide here coming down the back straightaway and get your field ready to go back green here.
See that 51 getting tucked up there to that pace car, so you're going to see everybody start getting tucked up. As I was saying, look at that, Josh, that 99 Stan Mayberry up there, currently sitting in 6th spot, so up 25 positions right now. Whoa, you see a big jump there from Bradley Wilson. He's going to take off. Austin Rhodes in that 12.
Look at that 28 of Robbie Bice, Chris. He's sitting in that 3rd spot.
I was about to say that 28 of Robbie Bice. I'm sorry, I had heard something, so I was just listening. But looks like the 28 is going to fall back there into that 3rd position. But that 12, Austin Rhodes, he's going to get out in front of that 28. Right now, he's in between a Sparkle Unicorn sandwich with that 94 of Ryan Sword right behind him. It looks like Adam McKinney's coming in pit lane. See that? The Bradley Wilson, that 51 Ford Mustang getting out to a really good lead. You see the 02 or the 12 there of Austin Rhodes riding that high lane, but the 28 of Robbie Bice, he's riding that inside lane, trying to make up as much track position as he can. That 94 Ryan Sword trying his best to hang on. Look at that 37 of Mickey Newman. He's going to be diving to the inside as well. Looks like Nathan Nichols went around. Said that he had crashed, but it looks like maybe he just had a blink or something. I do know sometimes it will say that. So that 04 not having any issues right now, but look at that, the 02 of Jonathan Coombs, he is starting to pull up to that 37. So we're going to have a battle for that that 5th place position here in not too long.
Yeah, the aggression factor being turned up here. It seems like these drivers really wanting to go now. As we're starting to hear through driver chat, some drivers starting to get frustrated with each other, man. Starting to see some beating and banging out here between these drivers, maybe not wanting that early. And some drivers already wanting to get on that gas pedal and go. So we're starting to see some drivers maybe mix it up here, and it's going to be fun. That aggression level starting to crank up here a lot.
You see up in front. Oh, sorry, Gosh, go ahead.
I was going to say, as you see this 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th position, 6 of Jonathan Coombs right there as well. They're all starting to battle out. Excuse me, that 12 of Austin Rhodes, just about a second up. That's that 3rd place position of Robbie Bice. He is heading this pack, man. He's doing a good job sitting in this 3rd spot. We'll see how well Robbie Bice is able to hold these boys off behind him, as he's got himself set up in a pretty good little position in that 28 Ford Mustang here, 3rd place right now at lap number 56.
Yeah, it looks like that 94 Ryan Sword, he is starting to get up on that back bumper. It looks like the 37 of Mickey Newman, he's starting to fall back just a little bit. Looks like that 02 of Jonathan Coombs is going to be looking on the inside here. As I said, that 02 is going to be looking on the inside, but the 37 is going to shut that door. The 94 is going to jump out of line a lot there. That's going to open up the door for that 28 to get a little bit of separation from that 94, but that 94 is going to fall back in line.
And you had that 37 of Mickey Newman. He's made up 23 spots here. He's got that 94 of Brian Sword, who's up 20 spots in front of him. That 02 machine of Jonathan Coombs, who's been used to being running up here in the front all night. He's currently sitting in that 6th spot. He qualified 8th, but Jonathan Coombs has been one of our front runners here tonight. One of those guys that looks like he might be the driver to get it done. We go back into the pack here just a little bit to that 15th spot. You see the 27 now, that 19 position. That's William Brown. And then behind him is going to be Matthew Fitz missing that rear bumper. And then behind him is going to be Stoney Benfield. And it looks like the last driver on the lead lap currently at the moment is that Ford Nathan Nichols. We go into that battle for this 12th and 11th position. They see Bryant Seaborn out in front of that 22. That 14 having no hood, but still got a good little run here going. As he was involved in that earlier damage, that 22 going to get into the apron. That's going to loosen him up just a moment, send him up the racetrack. As now we're going to have a battle coming down the back straightaway. That 38 of Patrick Inter on that inside of Ryan Sword. Excuse me, not Ryan Sword. That 43 is James Morgan. I don't know why I said Ryan Sword. That's apologies. But as that 38 going to clear David Salter as well. He's moved himself up into 12th position. So, man, looking on that live timing, Patrick Inter looks like he is finding some position now as we go back up on board here. And see that 37 to Mickey Newman. It looks like he's gathered that speed back up, finding that rhythm again. He's all over this back bumper, Ryan Sword, for that 3rd place position. It looks like Robbie Bice, while we were checking on to that midfield battle, did fall back. He's currently sitting 7th. That 02 of Jonathan Coombs gonna peek to the inside, but that 37 gonna shut that door. And here comes that 99 of Stan Mayberry, rolling up to that 02 of Jonathan Coombs. Excuse me, Michael Zuver. That's the 96. Man, got to get used to these new schemes.
Yeah, as you see that 94, looks like he's falling off pace. He's going to take that outside lane. So that's going to open up the door there for Michael Zuver on that inside. But it looks like that 02 and that 37 are going to scoot on past. So Mickey Newman's going to promote himself into that 3rd place position. So right now he's on that back bumper of that 12 of Austin Rhodes. Whoa, Austin Rhodes, all kinds of out of sort. He's going to be on the inside of the looks like he might be going down pit lane. That Austin Rhodes falling off big. Yeah, it looks like he's going down pit lane. So Mickey Newman going to promote himself into that second place position. But Jonathan Coombs with 11 lap newer tires are going to be all over that back bumper. You see that 02 going on the inside lane. Looks like we got a little bit of smoke on track. Maybe a blown engine or something.
Maybe Brian Seaborn. He's all the way back to 22nd. No, yeah. It might be that 14 machine of Brian Seaborn. Nope, he's not blown up. So yeah.
Maybe just a little bit of tire smoke. Maybe getting a little loose. Maybe that's what I saw. But it looks like that 51 of Bradley Wilson. He is on a tear right now. He has got a 3-second gap between him and that second place position of Jonathan Coombs. So Jonathan Coombs is starting to fall back just a little bit, but as I say that, he starts closing in the gap. But look at that, 37 of Mickey Newman. He fell back to that third place position, so that 02 was able to get around him. But look at that, Michael Zuber in that 96. He's been in a little bit of adversity here all night tonight. He's taken over that third place position away from Mickey Newman.
Yeah, too wide here down the back straightaway into turn number 4. Going to go under the bridge here as they are wheeling it off into turn number 4 now. I say turn number 4 for 3 all the time, but either way, he's going to clear himself that 96. He's going to move himself up into third place here at lap number 66 as that 37 of Mickey Newman now seems like he's starting to fall off a little bit with the pace of those tires. Being a little bit older than some of these guys around him, and that 37 machine starting to fall off just a little bit as you go up on board here with that 94 Brian Sword as he is putting a lap to that 14 machine of Brian Seaborn.
Yeah, we see Robbie Bice falling back a little bit. The 99 there of Stan Mayberry getting around him on the inside. You also see the 18 of Brian Chu. Whoa, tucking up to that back bumper there. But he's going to be able to get around him here into turn number 1 and 2. Maybe not. Looks like Brian Chu's going to maybe have the drive out. See that 12
It's going to be
coming out
tight.
pit lane.
Caution, caution, wrecking 4. Wrecking in 3, wrecking in 3, wrecking in 3. Not sure who that was. I hear the 02 of Jonathan Coombs, 84.
It looks like the 84 there of Casey Collenbach. So looks like he's going to go around here at lap 68. So we'll go back and see what happened with that 84 machine.
Yeah, that 84 not on the lead lap. And coming out of 2, man, he just threw that block on the 02 of Jonathan Coombs, who had the big run. And it looks like Coombs wasn't taking lightly to it, man. He just put the bumper to him and sent him around. I mean, that 84 wasn't giving him much room into 3. It looks like Coombs just got on that aggressive meter, and you just tapped it out, man. That 02 of Jonathan Coombs. That is something you don't see that 02. I heard him coming over the radio. He was not happy with it, so that's something you don't hear a lot out of Jonathan Coombs, man. So you're really starting to see this aggressive level kick up here. As we're going to be back under caution here at lap number 50, or excuse me, not 55. That was what lap that 84 was on, lap number 69 here. And we will be back under caution as we'll look at our leader that was under green flag. Looks like we got a couple of drivers stayed out. Michael Zuber, Brian Chu, Patrick Ender, and Tony Benfield. We'll see if this 51 of Bradley Wilson does get off pit road here first. And it looks like that 02 of Jonathan Coombs got out of a stall earlier, but that front pit stall really going to help that 51 machine being in that 5th pit stall on pit road. He's going to get out first of these drivers, but he's going to come out back on the track in 5th position. Looks like 6th position, actually.
Yeah, so we got a lot of drivers coming down pit lane, opting to take those tires. So we'll go over that standings right now. We got Michael Zuber currently sitting in the lead with Brian Chu currently sitting in 2nd place, Patrick Ginter in 3rd, Stoney Benfield in 4th. Those are your 4 drivers that decided to stay out. We've also got Bradley Wilson going to be rounding out that top 5. Jonathan Coombs in 6th, Mickey in 16th, Matt 20th. Adam McKinney is in 21st with Austin Rhodes in 22nd. Casey Gollenbach's in 23rd with Brian Hubel in 24th. Tom McIntosh in 25th. Josh Carver is actually in 25th with Tom McIntosh 26th. Joshua Abbey in 27th. Daniel Ship 28th. Daniel Hendry in 29th. Nick Cannon in 30th. Michael Lester in 31st. And then AJ Green's going to be in 32nd. That's going to be your field right now. All right, we're going to go ahead and run through another commercial break brought to you by North Carolina 811 Dig. So make sure to go to NorthCarolina811.org before you dig.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below. Before you dig, visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
As it's going to be Michael Zuver. That 18 of Brian Chu, that outside lane just all out of sorts here. As they are not stacked up at all, but that 96 of Michael Zuver going to bring us back to the green here at lap number 71. Just hit the stripe, Brandon's 272. As you're going to see that 75 of Stoney Benfield diving to the inside of those two cars right there, but that 02 of Jonathan Coombs going to battle back to that outside lane. As you see a battle here for this first, second, third, and fourth position as those drivers all sucked up that back bumper, that 96 of Michael Zuver. As that 51 Bradley Wilson now going to go to the outside lane. As we're going to be 3 wide off of turn number 4, excuse me. Down the front straightaway, Bradley Wilson going to clear for the lead at the moment. As he's going to throw it into turn number 1. Bradley Wilson demanding and very, very charged to the front. Very commanding charge to the front, excuse me. As that 51 is going to put himself out in the lead. And we saw a wiggle there coming off of turn number 2. It looks like we are still under green here as those drivers going to get it back up. As we're seeing that same little battle start to break out here for this 10th place position on back. But Jonathan Coombs now rolling up to that back bumper, the 38 of Patrick Ginter. As that 96 of Michael Zuber now going to get passed for that 3rd place position by the 38 of Patrick Ginter, that inside lane.
Yeah, you're seeing those older tires starting to come into play. That 47 also on, that 38 also on the same set of tires that 96 of Michael Zuber is. So let's see how long it takes that 02 to get around the 38. We do know that the 38 will put some blocks on, but it looks like that 02 is going to go ahead and take that inside lane away from Patrick Ginter. So Jonathan Coombs is going to move himself up into that 2nd place position. That 38 dropping down to the bottom of the track, blocking off everybody else's momentum. As you see Ryan Sword pulling up to the back bumper. So Ryan Sword's going to be assume that 4th place position. You see that 96 of Michael Zuver, he's taking that high. Whoa, did you see the 38 getting really loose?
Good save from that 38 of Patrick Ginter, but that's going to allow that 94 of Ryan Sword. As we're hearing wreck on the front straightaway from Stan Mayberry. Looks like the caution isn't going to pop for the moment. Looks like maybe the driver did hop back to pit lane. It looks like Stoney Benfield is in. So it might have been that 75 machine. He was running up there in like the top 10. So that might be the driver that went around. He just might have hopped straight back to pits. So we're going to stay under green here as that 38 of Patrick Ginter now starting to fall off with those older tires. That 51 machine, Chris, he got out in the lead out there in turn number 2, and he has not looked back. 2-second gap now to that 02 of Jonathan Coombs.
Yeah, that 51 is definitely starting to make a tear for, I guess you could say, the lap traffic. He is, that's what he's more worried about right now. He's trying to catch that lap traffic. Moreover, he's trying to get away from that 02 of Jonathan Coombs. As you see, he's starting to get away. Already got a 2-second gap between him and that 2nd place position, and then there is a 1.5-second gap between 2nd and 3rd. So yeah, you got a really big stretch here for these top positions. And see Patrick Ginter, he's in that 4th place position. He is also sitting on lap 47. His tires were at lap 47, so he's almost on 40 lap old tires coming up to lap 84, or 87, excuse me. So yeah, he's got a lot of ground to make up here.
As we're starting to see this field string out just a little bit. Man, yeah, this field really starting to spread out here. Not really a close battle between the field until about that 15th, 16th spot. That's about the closest those two race cars are on the track. And then we say that the 43 of James Morgan, around goes the 37 of Mickey Newman on turn number 4. Caution going to be out here at lap number 81. As yeah, you see the 37 maybe had to hop out of the gas a little bit. We know Patrick Ginter on those older tires. So maybe that 38 machine is Patrick Ginter. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the 38 of Patrick Ginter. Probably had to check up, Chris.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
And the 37 probably had to check up as well since those older tires just not able to get as big of a run. 43 maybe just not expecting it. Just got in there too hot. And that James Morgan machine going to turn that 37 of Mickey Newman here at lap number 81.
Yeah, it's like you were saying, it looks like maybe somebody had to get up out of the gas, and that's what caused that little bit of stack up there. And you're going to see that 43 of James Morgan going to send him around. So you're going to see Patrick Ginter, Chad Hitchcock, Brian Chew, Michael Zuber, Matthew Fitz, Nathan Nickel, Ed DeBauer, Michael Self, Mickey Newman, all down pit lane right now. As you know, Mickey Newman's down pit lane from that spin. Got a lot of drivers coming down pit lane, maybe thinking undercut, maybe trying to stretch it out here because we've only got, 37 laps to go?
Yeah, we're starting to get to the grind time of this race where you really got to use all that experience you've learned throughout the race, how to get past some of these drivers, how to manage your race car in certain situations, and all that comes into fruition here. You're going to see these drivers really they're really going to turn it up, and they're going to see some drivers here trying to make some moves here as we're getting to the closing stages of this race. He said it's grind time. You got to find those positions, and you got to find those points here. And we're going to see if Bradley Wilson, man, can make it 2 weeks in a row. I mean, he was the season champion last season. And he's won the first race here, and now he's looking to make it 2 in a row. We'll see if that 51 of Bradley Wilson can get it done tonight. He looks like he is the car to beat at the moment.
Yeah, we got Brantley Bryant in the Facebook chat. Let's go, Brad. Back-to-back inbound. So you got a Bradley Wilson fan out here in the chat. Good to have you on in the Facebook chat there, Brantley. Hopefully the stream has settled itself out. Maybe I haven't been noticing it lagging as much, so hopefully our internet is stopped taking a crap on us.
Yeah, and again, big shout out to the YouTube and Facebook viewers here on the Full Throttle page. We hope you are enjoying the race here at Dover, as we've had a couple cautions here tonight, but that's just kind of what you expect here with the territory of Dover, and especially when you got 30-plus race cars out on the track. Does happen, but we've had some good runs here. We've had some good position changes. We've seen a lot of different leaders up here, and overall we've seen some good racing here at the lap 84 mark, and we've only got some more coming as we've got 2 lap 120, and we'll see how these drivers do start to tune it up here in these next 15 laps. Once we get to about lap 100, get about to 20 to go, I'm excited to see if they start to crank it up before then, or if they wait to about 20 25 to go, or if they're going to get on the loud pedal here and really start to turn up that aggression factor. But it is going to be very interesting to see. I mean, we've got a lot of good drivers out there in the top 10. You know, we've got Bradley Wilson just out here absolutely putting on a clinic for these boys right now. And then that 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs, man, we've been talking about him all night. He's been sitting steadily up in that top 5, top 4 area. And now he's worked himself up into past that 3rd position. He's netted himself into 2nd. I mean, Jonathan Coombs looking pretty hot right now, man. It's going to be interesting to see if that 0-2 machine's got something for these boys. We know the Sparkle Unicorn guys are very, very good in these open setups, and you say that right there in that 3rd spot, that 94 of Ryan Sword, the other Sparkle Unicorn guy. I mean, these boys starting to look hot. We'll see if they can roll it here and pick up their first win of the season. It's going to be the pace lights off, rolling out of turn number 2. We are going to be getting back here to green flag action. It'll be lap number 86 when we hit the stripe this time. So, like you said, just now excited to see where the aggression factor goes. I mean, we've got these drivers that have drove these race cars for almost an hour now out on track. I mean, they're really starting to get adapted to them in the race setting. And, you know, you can put as many hours in the sim as you want to on the practice, but as soon as you get in that race trim, it really changes the way that race car drives in certain areas on the racetrack, in certain scenarios and situations. But these guys are really starting to get in tune with those race cars here at Dover. We're going to see the best racing here in these last handful of laps, and this is where that intensity really going to start to get cranked up. Is that pace car going to take that left turn? There goes Bradley Wilson, and that 02 of Jonathan Coombs not off to the best restart. That 94 of Ryan Sword, and that 43 of James Morgan going to be all over that rear end of that 02 of Jonathan Coombs.
Yeah, you see that that 02, like you said, Josh, didn't get out to a good jump, so that that 43 having to stack that outside lane up. But maybe that was a position play for that 02 to get that 94 in behind him. Maybe they got a plan worked up here. Don't know. Those Sparkle Unicorn guys, whenever they get in the front, you just never really know what's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Right behind them, you see Ryan Sword going on the outside. Sorry, excuse me, the 43 of James Morgan on the outside there of the 8 of Logan Rhodes. The 8 of Logan Rhodes doesn't have a front bumper, but he's still up here in that 5th place position. Battling it out with that 43, but right behind him is Robbie Bice and David Salter. So you got a big old Rev Team Wolfpack coming up here in this front stretch.
Yeah, we'll see how well that 43 machine's going to be able to hang that outside lane, though. He's got a group of race cars coming, a big old gaggle of race cars, it seems like. As if you're on that outside lane right now, you're just thinking, man, are they ever going to stop coming by me? As it looks like he might get a moment here to file back in, but it looks like, no, he will not. It's that 88 of David Salter and that 28 of Robbie Bice now. That 88 went to the outside lane. That 28 still going to be the inside. As you see that 96 of Michael Zuber, who was up there leading earlier in this race, sitting in that 8th position. He's got that 48 of William Brown, 27 of William Brown. Number change for that William Brown machine. Do apologize for that, but hey, that 27 of William Brown rolling. He's in that 9th place spot, starting to pick up some ground here late in this race.
Yeah, as you see that 02 of Jonathan Coombs up there, he is starting to catch that 51 of Bradley Wilson. Bradley Wilson had a really good jump there on that restart, but now that 02 is starting to pull up to that back bumper. So Jonathan Coombs is starting to show those true colors. He's starting to get up there and show that 51 that, hey, I know how to drive this track too.
Yeah, that 02 of Jonathan Coombs, man, doing something we haven't seen any of these drivers do all night. Starting reeling that 51 up Bradley Wilson. We'll see if we get a little bit of a battle here at lap 90 out of 120. We're starting to get close to those stages, the ending stages of the race. So that 02 of Jonathan Coombs really probably thinking now, I just got to get up there, get the lead, and get out of Dodge, man. I got to hit the road. As I'm hearing wreck on the front stretch again here, we might be under caution here in just a moment. It looks like that 43 of James Morgan around. Green flag is going to stay out. All the drivers going to get by. No caution.
Yeah, so that 43 going around there. We'll go back and just see what happened just real quick. Oh, you see the 27 getting into it. Oh. I want to say that was the 12 Boston Roads. See a little bit of looseness. Maybe having to check up. Maybe didn't know if that 3 wide was where he wanted to be or not. So maybe a little bit of a hesitation there. For that 43, not really sure, but hey, it looks like that 02 Jonathan Coombs all over that back bumper of Bradley Wilson. So Bradley Wilson is starting to have to look up in that mirror and wonder where that 02 is going to go, because it looks like that 02 is on a tear here.
Yeah, Jonathan Coombs on a big run, and he is pulling up. Pretty sure that 02 machine. Glad we're not going to the caution here, because this is going to be the first time tonight he's going to have a big run up to this 51. As he's going to go to the inside lane here, he's going to peak. He's going to get that run into turn number 2. Here comes that 02 of Jonathan Coombs. The 51 had to jump out of the gas a little bit. That's going to be a 2-wide drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3. They go under the bridge. 02 of Jonathan Coombs going to roll that inside lane. He is going to be your new leader here coming to lap number 95. But Bradley Wilson looking for the crossover. Maybe going to go to this inside lane here to win. He is. Bradley Wilson going to be right back on the charge. Only going to let that 02 of Jonathan Coombs lead for literally just a split second. Here he comes. Bradley Wilson rolling that inside lane. 2 wide out of turn number 2 as we go down the back straightaway here, as it's looking like a little bit of deja vu, just reverse. As that 02 of Jonathan Coombs now going to file that outside lane in front of the 51. 51's run looked like it just stalled out, as it's still going to be that 02 of Jonathan Coombs here in the lead. We'll see how long it takes for that 51 to battle back here.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Sword is starting to drop off just a little bit. He's almost got a second gap between him and Bradley Wilson, so that 3rd place position starting to fall back just a little bit, and then the gap between him and that 3rd place position, or 4th place position, Robbie Bice, they are almost 3 seconds back, 2.5 seconds now, so a little bit of distance there, but it looks like Jonathan Coombs is starting to pull away from that 51. 51 maybe starting to fall off, maybe have a little bit of a tire wear issue going on.
Yeah, we're going to start pulling up the lap cars here. That's the 84 of Keith Diamondback, as they're going to get up to that 84 machine. As we know that 02, that 84 had trouble here earlier down the back straightaway. As we'll see that 02 get by cleanly this time.
Yeah, you see that 84 just hug that top lane, let the 2 leaders get by. See that now the 02's got a little bit of a separation between that 51 of Bradley Wilson, so maybe Bradley Wilson's just riding those coattails, just trying to figure out what the 02's doing, maybe see if he's running a different line than he is. You see that 43 there also coming up to put another lap down, or James Morgan about to go a lap down, so that 02's almost on that back bumper. It looks like that 51's still hanging on to that 02's draft, not letting him get too far ahead of him.
Yeah, that 51, you know, maybe just playing the I want to sit in second. I don't want to really be out there in the lead, having to put that much pressure on my tires, you know, but right now it looks like that he's not able to hold on as good. That 02's starting to pull away a little bit, but he is starting to pull up to that 43 of James Morgan. This will be the first time they're going to be trying to put that 43 down. So we'll see if that 43 makes it hard on the 02 here, or if he's going to let him get on by as we roll back here to that 18 of Brian Chu and that 38 of Patrick Ginter, as they are battling with that 27 of William Brown. You see Robbie by, so the 27 going to get big up the track as the 38 going to get by, so is the 18.
Yeah, as we were just going back there just to see, had a little bit of battling going on as we go back up here on front with Jonathan Coombs. Looks like he's still got about a 0.2 second gap between him and that second place. But look at that, Bradley Wilson starting to close that gap in ever so slightly. Yeah,
Bradley Wilson reeled him in just a little bit in that lap. We'll see if that 51 starting to re-hit those marks. Maybe just got a little bit out of the groove. It looks like he is going to wash up just a little bit in 3 and 4, and that's going to allow Jonathan Coombs to pull away just about a 10th, but looks like we are here, and there is a wreck on the back straight. We'll see if it stays green. As it looks like it did. Oh, now they're wrecking on the front straightaway. Caution's out. That's that 27 of William Brown. That was that pack we were just paying attention to. That big old pack of race cars. We'll see if that 27 of William Brown got caught up in some aggressive racing here. The caution is going to be out here at lap 120. Whoa, no. Looks like he might have gotten loose off a 4, Chris. Looks like he was battling that. The way it's looking right now, he was battling that race car. Yeah, down the front straightaway.
Yeah, as you see the 27 getting loose, coming out of turn 4, getting back on that gas just a little bit. Did a really good job of saving it, but once he did that, ooh, that 13 of Adam McKinney had nowhere to go. See the 27 just get that snap back up. You know, you think you got it under control, and then all of a sudden it just snaps out from under you. We'll go back on board here with that 27 just to see exactly what happened.
That thing just got around on him, man. No signs of being loose. And yeah, it looked like he got it straightened back up, and then it just got back out from under him. That 27 machine just thought, hey, I'm getting back on the gas. I saved it. Big moment, but then all of a sudden, the same way it did out of 4, just no sign of it getting loose. Did the same thing on that bottom lane. Just got loose when he got back on the gas. Probably just where they were heated up, and when he got back in the throttle, it just spun those rear tires up ever so slightly, got him back up the racetrack. You're seeing a big check up here on the front straightaway.
Yeah, you see the 12 of Austin Rhodes to a dead stop there. Let's see which one Coombs is going to make it out first. 51 of Bradley Wilson.
02's got him.
Yeah, it looks like the 02 there is going to make it out in front of Bradley Wilson. So Austin Gee and Bryant Seaborn are going to stay out on the track right now. It looks like those two drivers, I want to say they were a lap down. They're actually getting their lap back. So you're going to see the 02 come out in front of Bradley Wilson. So right now, Jonathan Coombs is sitting in 3rd place. Well, we'll go through the field right now. You got Austin Gee in 1st with Bryant Seaborn in 2nd. Jonathan Coombs in 3rd. Yep, you see Austin Gee coming down pit lane right now. Also, that 5 of Josh Abbey is going to come down pit lane.
It should give Seaborn the wave around here. He shouldn't actually be the leader.
We have seen it do some weird things before. So you got the 37 there also in front of him, so...
Well, you know, they won't get the wave around to the one of greens. So.
Yeah, you're right. So right now, Jonathan Coombs is currently your leader with Bradley Wilson in 2nd. Well, we'll wait until it waves around, so that way I'm not giving you false information.
Yeah, but our caution here, man, we're going to have about 13 to go when we get back, 12 to go, somewhere in that ball field. So we're going to see some very, very aggressive driving coming out here. That 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs, man, we know really probably wants to pick up that win here at Dover. We haven't seen Coombs pick up that victory yet. And, you know, just like we were talking about earlier in the race, man, before this thing went, that 0-2, you know, all last season just seemed like, you know, he was either caught up in a wreck or, you know, he just was just an innocent bystander, you know, just always caught up in something. That 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs seemed not trying to bring any of that into the new season. And it looks like he's done a good job of that, man. That 02, not only did he pick up a lot of speed throughout the late run of the season, it looks like those Sparkle Unicorn guys really found something towards the end of the season. And then here in the, they got some good practice with the open setups with the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and now it looks like in these next-gen cars, they're hitting on something, man. They've got Ryan Sword in that 4 spot. They've got Jonathan Coombs sitting there, going to be taking the lead here when these cars get waved around. So Jonathan Coombs, man, they're going to pick up his first win here tonight. Oh, looks like Bryant Seaborn might not be getting the wave around. So yeah, he is going to be your leader. So maybe was the lucky dog. Do apologize about that. Thought he was a lap down, but nope. Bryant Seaborn is going to be your leader. It's only going to be that 37 of Mickey Newman getting the wave around. So that 14 going to see how well he can manage up here. We know that's going to stack this inside lane up in the turns maybe, but we'll see how well Bryant Seaborn is able to run here, as he is going to be out in the lead. We know Bryant, a great driver. We'll just see how he's able to manage that that beer can of a race car he's got right now.
Yeah, we do know that sometimes the graphics.
Somebody just got to the wall coming out of.
Yeah, I see that. Looks like Mickey Newman. Yeah, Mickey Newman got into Michael Self. Yeah, so in the background there, you see that that 37 getting into the 15 and getting into the wall. So no green here though.
Bradley Wilson just gave a big shove to that 14 to Bryant Seaborn. He wants to go. That 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs did not get off to a good start at all. And that is going to allow that 51 now to go to the inside. Here comes the 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs. So that 14 going to have to go to the outside lane. He clearly does not have the tires to stick with these boys up here in the lead, as they did just come down pit road. But here comes, wreck out of turn number 4. Or excuse me, turn number 2. It's the 94. And that is going to be Ryan Sword around. We were just talking about that Sparkle Unicorn car of Ryan Sword. And unfortunately, he is going to lose all those positions. And he's going to do it wrecking out of turn number 2. I was trying to say the 94, and I said turn number 4. So I do apologize about that. But that was the 94 getting around out of turn number 2. We'll see if it was a self-wreck. It was. And then it looks like that 88, as he was getting loose, maybe gave him a little bit of a tap. Or that could have just been where that camera view looked. But either way, that 94 was going around, and he did get around. And some big contact into that inside wall.
Yeah, it looks like David just gave him just a little bit of a bump, but there wasn't anything he could do. That car had checked up in front of him like that. There was just nowhere for him to go.
Oh, yeah, then that 94 was losing it before that 88 got there. Just unfortunate that 88. You even heard him out of the gas when we hopped on board with him. He was trying to get out of it to not get all the way into the back of that 94 machine, but just really nowhere you can go on a track like Dover. He just got the slightest of bump to that 94, and that even sent him around even more. But that 94, like we said, was losing it through turn number 2. So unfortunate for Ryan Sword, man. He's going to lose all those positions and put a very, very big, probably just, I'd say, knife in this race. That 94 probably going ahead and looking forward to the next race after that one, as it looks like we've got a couple more guys down pit roads: Matthew Fitz, Austin Gee, William Brown, and Ed DeBauer.
Yeah, that 94 doing a really good job. Had a really good car under him tonight. He was sitting in that 4th place position, but now you see him currently sitting there in the back. Just unfortunate for that 94. Like we were saying, getting out of these turns, that banking transition, it'll just literally get out from under you.
Yeah, that car just snaps around on corner exit here, and it's just so bumpy on this racetrack. I mean, these race cars just do a lot of unpredictable things. I mean, you think you've got a control of it. Next thing you know, you're just going around. You saw it with that 27 earlier when we rode on board with him. No indications that race car was about to break loose, and then all of a sudden it just went loose. I mean, it happens to the best of us, man. A lot of us just out here running Dover. I mean, I can say that I've done it at Dover a lot. When we raced here in the Truck Series, I kept telling them, we're going to have to get rid of that outside wall, man. That thing is hitting me too much. It was just beating me up all night, so it's very easy to lose focus here at a place like Dover, and very easy if you just get off that line just a hair and you're using a little bit too much throttle. You can get into that outside wall, or you can use that right rear up just enough to where it'll get around. So you're seeing a lot of that here at Dover tonight, and that's just part of this track, man.
Yeah, I will say that is one thing that I can say as being a driver in this game is that or as a sim, as some people would angrily be shaking their fist at me as I say that. One thing that I will say in here is it is a hard track to do. You know, this track is one of those tracks that you have to be on your A game at all times. If you lose your focus at all, the back end will come out from under you. You'll go to push the gas too soon, and then the next thing you know, you're looking at that inside wall or you're looking at the pit wall.
We should come back with 9 to go. So we're gonna see that 51 of Bradley Wilson, that 02 of Jonathan Coombs, Chris. Like like we've been saying all night, it's gonna be the battle between these two drivers right here, and that 02 looking good. That 51 on that last restart was looking very hot. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see here in this 9-run little run to the finish, who's gonna come out on top, because we still got some drivers behind them that I feel like could get it done as well. So you've got your original pole sitter and your outside pole sitter sitting right there in that 4th and 5th spot, ready to strike as well.
Yeah, you've got David Salter, who you saw early on in the race do a really good job at taking off in the lead. Maybe he's just back here cruising right now. We've also got that 38 of Patrick Ginter, like Josh said, one of those drivers that was up here in the front in the beginning. So let's see if he can maybe get up here and maybe these two Rev guys can show, or excuse me, Wolfpack guys can show these Sparkle Unicorn guys what's going on.
Now we'll have to see. Not only do we got the battle for the championship, and we got the team championships as well. I mean, these guys like to get out there and prove that their teams are the best team out on the track, man. It's not only the race for the win; it's that race inside the race, man. There's so many of them going on, and that's what we love about this platform. Love what iRacing does bring just to you at home. It allows you to be on the racetrack, have those full strategies, full game plans, and brings that full immersion. So we're gonna see these guys get fully immersed right here, get those belts tight, get up on that wheel, because those pace lights are off, and we are getting ready to roll here with 9 laps to go. Is that 51 getting off to a big start? 14 as well. That 02 got sleeping right there.
Yeah, it looks like the 02 was, like you said, just got caught sleeping there. So Jonathan Coombs going to fall back into that second place position. Let's see how long it takes for him to pick off that 14. You see the 88 of David Salter taking the inside lane there on Patrick Ginter. So, whoa, it's David Salter's getting down into the wall.
David Salter down the back straightaway. He's going to collect the 22 of Chad Hitchcock. Caution's going to be out. We might go to the green-white checkered here, Chris.
Whoa!
Oh, they're still wrecking.
Nathan Nichols over on his roof. So something happened that we missed there going into the tunnel turn. As we're just going to back it up straight from here. See what happened to that Ford Nathan Nichols. Whoa! See the 88 getting down into the wall. He's going to wash up into that 22 there. So the 22 of Chad Hitchcock. You're going to see Chad Hitchcock going down. You also see Nathan Nichols getting up the wall. He's loose just all down the back straightaway here. See him get up into the wall, and I bet you he caught one of those spots in the track. And you see it just grab him like a slingshot.
One of these days that's going to happen in real life, and y'all are going to question iRacing. What did y'all do to these tracks that made these cars get caught like this? And David Salter's going to make him do another flip right there off his front bumper. Man, unfortunate for Nathan Nichols. Innocent bystander, and that's a spot you don't want to be. Just hanging there. Guess you could say that poor Nathan Nichols was just hanging out. As we are going to be under caution here, lap 113, that 51 of Bradley Wilson is going to be the car to beat here tonight. But we are going to go ahead and go to another commercial break right here just before we get to the last closing sector of this lap. Shout out to the 811 guys, as we will be showing a commercial break here right quick, and we will be right back to the action.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
Wait! We forgot to call 811!
Before you dig, make sure it's safe. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
And we're back here with 6 laps to go. The Monster Mile 120 brought to you by 811dig.org. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see how these drivers handle these last 6 laps. Like Josh said, we might hit a green-white checkered. So it all comes down to those last 3 laps. So we'll see what actually happens here. As it looks like pace lights are still on, so we'll at least go around one more time. So we'll see. Maybe we'll come back with 5 to go. Excuse me, 4 to go.
One thing I've noticed through the field, Chris, a lot of beat-up race cars here tonight. So we have definitely had our fair share of accidents here, and I'm pretty sure the next time these guys come around to Dover, they'll be more than ready for it and know what to expect. But again, we've just got a lot of beat-up race cars. Almost any driver you go to on the track probably going to have damage. So we're seeing a lot of beat-up next-gen cars. We'll see them cleaned up next week, though. These virtual crews get out there and wrench on those cars pretty quick and have them fixed up crazy. It's crazy how they have them fixed up. You can go into a race, man, completely total that car. And guess what? In 45 minutes, you had a whole fresh new race car. You're out there running. Crazy, man. Those pit guys are insane.
Yeah, that's why it costs so much to actually run iRacing, because we got to pay those guys that fix those cars so fast.
You're not paying for the tracks. You're paying for your crew guys.
Exactly.
Makes sense, man. I mean, hey, it's going to a good call, Sin. All right, well, we're going to have about 4 laps to go when we come back. As the pace lights are off, we'll see if that 02 is going to get caught sleeping here again. But we know that 14 was doing a very good job holding up that 02 from getting up there to work with that 51 of Bradley Wilson. But now he is going to be on that inside lane. We'll see if he's able to get the jump here with this 51. Pace car is going to be off. That 51 is going to be going now. Here goes that 02 as well. A little hesitant, but he got off to a way better restart this time than he did last time. And he's also not going to have that 14 in front of him, as he's going to clear himself into that second spot. And now the hunt begins. Here comes that 38 of Patrick Ginter in tow as well, as that is going to be your 3rd place position going to Patrick Ginter. And they're going to now try to hunt down this 51 of Bradley Wilson.
Yeah, you're going to see that 38 going to be all over the back bumper there of that 02. So let's see how long it takes for Patrick Ginter to get back up here. But also, let's see how long it takes Jonathan Coombs to get back up to that back bumper of Bradley Wilson, because we do know Bradley Wilson is fast here.
Yeah, as the 51 going to put it off into turn number 1 and 2. He's starting to lose a little bit of time now to Jonathan Coombs. Coombs starting to slowly reel him in here with about 3 laps to go. This is where we're going to see these drivers have to really get on that wheel to make up that time. Jonathan Coombs is going to have to get on the loud pedal. Get on the loud pedal now. He's 4/10 back. We're coming to 2 to go this time.
Yeah, we got 2 laps to go here, so the next one's going to be the white flag. So let's see if that 02 has anything in that tank to go up there and throw out some dishes. You see Chad Hitchcock and company getting a little loose coming out of turn 2. They're going to keep it in tow, but you can see that 02 diving it out of turn 2. Yeah, white flag right now. So Bradley Wilson has just got to keep it in line for one more lap, but it looks like that 02 is starting to catch him just a little bit. Oh, Stan Mayberry's around and crashed. Michael Self also crashed.
And coming through turn number 4, it's going to be that 51 of Bradley Wilson coming to the checkered flag. He's going to make it 2 wins in a row. Bradley Wilson going to win. Jonathan Coombs going to pick up 2nd, and a good battle back. Patrick Ginter going to pick up 3rd, but man, what a run all night from that 51 of Bradley Wilson.
Yeah, Bradley Wilson showing you that he definitely knows how to drive a race car here. Open setups, fixed setups, next gen, old gen, doesn't matter what it is, he can win.
Yeah, that 51 has just been turning up these last couple weeks, man. It seems like ever since he hit that championship, it's like a flip to switch in his head. He's like, man, this is easy. I'm going to go out here and try to win all these now. So that 51 pretty making an early name for himself this season in the next-gen cars. He ain't going to let none of these boys win. He's wanting to be the only guy to win in these next-gen cars, as he's going to pick up that win in that 51 Dodge Charger here tonight. And a good burnout to go with it. Blow it up. That's what I like to see. Can't pass or can't fail inspection with the illegal motor if it's all in pieces. As we're gonna go ahead and go through your finishing results here for tonight. It's gonna be that 51 of Bradley Wilson picking up that win here at Dover. And it's going to be Jonathan Coombs picking up that second spot with Patrick Ginter running out the podium in that third place position. Michael Zuber going to be up 25 spots. That 96 machine going to be one of your biggest movers of the night. He is going to be picking up that fourth place position. Logan Rhodes going to be in that P5 spot with Robbie Bice. A good solid finish from that 28 machine. He's going to net himself in sixth with Chad Hitchcock in that P7 position. Brian Chu going to be in P8 with Austin Gee in that 9th position, and Bryant Seaborn going to round out your top 10 in that 10th spot. Ryan Stord going to be in that 11th spot with Ed DeBauer in 12th, Matthew Fitz 13th with William Brown in that 14th position, Michael Self in 15th with Stan Mayberry in 16th, Mickey Newman going to be in that P17 spot with Austin Rhodes in 18th, David Salter going to be in that 19th position with Nathan Nickel in 20th, James Morgan 21st with Adam McKinney in 22nd. 23rd is going to go to that Josh Carver car. That was sounded weird. With 24th position going to Daniel Ship. Brian Hubel going to pick up, or Hubel, excuse me, going to pick up that 25th spot with Sturdy Bidfield in 26. Casey Collenbach going to be in that 27th spot with Joshua Abbey in 28. Todd McIntosh going to be 29th with Daniel Hinder. Going to be in that 30th spot. Nick Cannon 31st with Michael Lester Sr. rounding out your field in that 32nd position. So it looks like our top three more than ready to get the interviews rolling, as we're going to go ahead and have a word with that 38 machine of, or excuse me, yeah, 38. His name in Discord still 43. Apologize for that. But we're going to have a word with that third place finisher, 38, Patrick Ginter. Patrick Ginter, Chris, and Josh Kiwi's up here in the Full Throttle booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
I got you guys.
Woo, Patrick, I know that was a very stressful night, man. You qualified on that outside pole early. Heard you chattering on the radio early, telling people to get out the way, or you were going to knock them around or stop doing some certain moves. I can't really remember what all you exactly.
Oh, well, checking up to avoid a wreck because I know I had a fast car, but you got to keep it together. And I wanted to give the guys ahead of me time to sort it out because I can pick them off. But you got somebody that either didn't see or just use me as their brake. So I'm not going to fly if they're going to just run into me because they're not accounting for something in front of me.
Oh, yeah, I feel you, Patrick. Well, hey, man, didn't mean to make it fly off the handle right there early. You picked up that third spot, though, man. Knew you probably wanted to get a little bit more out of that 38 machine tonight, but still, you picked up a good finish here. And like you said, you were picking those boys off. If you fell back a little bit from pit stops, you were on a different pit stop strategy earlier than these guys. So you have to work your way through the field. But, Patrick, you kept that nose clean all night, man. You did a good job. And you were still able to pick up a podium finisher. And, granted, all the chaos that happened here tonight. So, you must be feeling good about that. You got any final words, final thoughts, or shout outs before we let you go here tonight?
Shout out to the Wolfpack guys. We've been working hard to get this going and getting a good show, but we're also trying to be competitive. Me and David trying to work together since we both started on the front row was very key, but 811 coming on board with our cup season is great. I'm happy I could give them a third place finish tonight, and I want to go and I want to give them a win the next time they're on my car.
Well, heck yeah, Patrick, you're looking like you can do it this season, man. And with these next gen cars coming in, the open setups, it's anybody's ball game right now, and it seems like you're one of those drivers early here that's finding that pace. So we're looking forward to seeing that Patrick Ginter machine in victory lane at least once this season. So looking forward to that. But hey, Patrick, again, congratulations on that third place finish, man. Got to see some good running from you tonight, and we're excited to see you next week. And have a good night, man. And hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.
Oh, I'll be back for next weekend's race. But for tonight, those short runs were killing me. When I got out front, I was a rocket ship. And unfortunately, we got bunched back up. But I just needed more longer runs because after about 10, 15 laps, the car came alive and I could run the bottom. So can't win them all. But you know what? This is a good start to this season. And I look forward to carrying that momentum.
Heck yeah, Patrick. Again, congratulations, buddy, and hopefully we'll be having a word with you here soon.
Yep, you guys have a good night.
You too, man. All right, and that was that 38 machine of Patrick Ginter. That was your third place sitter. So we're going to go ahead and have a word with Jonathan Coombs, who finished in that second spot. Jonathan Coombs, Chris, and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Not much, man. Not much. That O2 machine looked bad fast all night. That Team Sparkle Unicorn, all those cars out there were looking really good. I know a couple of you guys got caught up in some stuff, but there, towards the end of the race, man, you were starting to pick off that 51 of Bradley Wilson, and then unfortunately that caution came out, and then it seemed like after that you weren't able to get up to him. But take us through this race, man. It seemed like that O2 machine was very tuned up tonight, and you were making some passes all throughout the night, and you got yourself in that second spot. So just walk us through those ending runs with that 51, and you think you could have got him if there was a couple more laps? Seemed like that car was coming alive in that long run.
Yeah, me and Brad were just talking there in the brief room there. Yeah, I knew I had the way better long run car. It was just she was so loose, and then he was just an absolute rocket on restarts. And I knew once a couple cautions came out with like 10 to go, there wasn't a whole lot I was going to do. And he had Seaborn there. I believe I know at least he was his team. I don't know if he still is. They were helping each other on restarts, and luckily he gave me room. He didn't throw blocks or anything, but good team effort. And yeah, my whole team, I think everybody but me was caught up in something tonight. I know Fitz was wrecked about 6 times. I think Austin was as well. It was just that was calamity, but a lot of fun. Car was amazing. Long green flag runs were my bread and butter. That's what I needed, but around here it's pretty hard to get long green flag runs with that many cars out there.
Oh yeah, it is indeed. But hey, Jonathan, all night we were talking about. Just wanted to bring this up to you before we get you going. It's just so good to see you from last season. We started on board here from first race last season and all the way up into this season. Over the time, you picked up speed in the fixed setups last season, but now it seems like towards the end of the season last year, you were starting to pick up a lot more speed. And then, racing with you in the truck, seeing you racing the Xfinity, and now in the next gen cars, seems like these open setups really hitting for you. You're starting to pick up a lot of speed, man, and you're starting to look really good. Just wanted to point that out to you, Jonathan. You're starting to look like one of those front runners, man, where last season you were one of those guys getting caught up in it a lot. It's good to see you make that progress, and awesome to be able to talk to you up here in the booth tonight.
Yeah, I love it. This is actually my first. I've been a dirt guy ever since I jumped on iRacing, 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't touch NASCARs, didn't care about oval stuff. Just sat up. I wanted to get my pro license and all the dirt stuff. So that's all I concentrated on. Full Throttle was the first league I ever really did. So I was real green to all the NASCAR stuff and saving tires, because we don't have to save tires over on the dirt side. So just that was all new learning curve. And I had a couple buddies that really helped me out. And we did a ton of practices and just kind of learned how to, tire management was the biggest thing I had to figure out. And once I figured out that, the setups, I could set up a dirt car, so I figured I could set this guy up, because I love things that are loose. I love to slide. So I knew if I can just hold on to the car for 10, 15 laps, usually pretty good. So I think the dirt side of it really helped me kind of understand how this all works. And I honestly don't really miss the dirt side anymore. This has been so much more fun, and everyone they're so much nicer on this side. Dirt World's kind of, they're not very nice over there.
Well, heck yeah, man. It's good to hear that you're finding a home, finding that comfort in that race car. And congratulations on the podium tonight, man. This is one we've been waiting for, talking to you, Coombs. So very excited to have you up here in the booth and have you almost racing for that win, man. That was so close there between you and Bradley at the end. But hey, Jonathan, if you've got any final words, final thoughts, shout outs, or anything before we let you go here tonight, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Thanks to you guys. I'm going to make myself some dinner and come watch the whole broadcast. Bradley, that was a hell of a race with Bradley. That was a lot of fun. All my boys over at Team Sparkle and our beautiful paints that we keep making to just bedazzle everybody. We had a lot of fun, even though we had a terrible night. But yeah, this fun league. I love the league, and I hope to talk to you guys next week after the road course.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, Jonathan, again, congratulations on picking that podium up here tonight, man. And you're looking very strong. Looking forward to you next week. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to have a word with you again. Again, congratulations, and good luck in the rest of your week, man.
All right, thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you. All right, and that was that O2 machine of Jonathan Coombs. Going to go ahead and bring up a man that's very familiar with this booth, Bradley Wilson, and have a word with your winner here tonight. Bradley Wilson. This is Chris and Josh in the Full Throttle booth. D, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man, it seems like we were saying it in the broadcast a moment ago. Ever since you won that championship last season, you flipped that easy switch on, man. You're sending it on these boys tonight. That 51 machine was bad fast on the restarts, bad fast in the early runs. It seemed like there when we started to get a little bit of a late run, that 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs was opening up, but you got those cautions. You got a little bit of a lucky break there when that 2 was starting to catch you, but either way, we were expecting to see a photo finish, but either way, that 51 just does what you usually do best. That's pull off and win these things in style. How you feeling after that win tonight? And yeah, congratulations on picking up the podium here at Dover.
Thanks. It was truly a hard fight. The car was really good on the short runs and on restarts, but during the long run, it got so tight before it got loose, and during in between those two stages, is just really struggling. It took me a while to figure out how to run it, and Coombs just caught up to me and drove by me really fast, and I knew I had to stay with him or I wouldn't have a chance, but caution came out at perfect time, and we seems like every time I needed a caution, one came out, so I guess it's just all down to luck tonight.
Hey, Bradley, you got to have luck to win on some of these tracks sometimes, man. Dover, one of those tracks that, that luck bug can go a long way, but hey, it was running tonight for that 51, man. If it wasn't luck, it was definitely some skill. We saw that 51 rolling all the turns. You seemed like you just had a rocket of a car, and it was it's awesome seeing these open setups, man. Really get to see you guys open up on that aspect and get these cars tuned up to how you like them. It really shows that experience and shows that the driver aspect of the car instead. And it's something we've been enjoying, and especially with you, that 51 machine, you have been looking hot in these first two races, picking up that second win in a row. That 51's looking like she might be making another tear of the championship this season.
We're definitely hoping on it. We just gotta do a little more time practicing, because definitely didn't do as much practice as I wanted. Actually, the full hour-long practice before the quali was all the practice I got, so definitely have to put a little more work into it. I feel like we definitely could have got the setup a little faster. Thankfully, that now that we're doing open, so it's just all down to team and me coming together and putting some time into it.
Heck yeah, Bradley. It's always a pleasure to have you up here in the booth, man. Get to talk to you after another awesome win here at Dover. If you've got any final thoughts, final words, or a shout out before we let you get going here tonight, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
I gotta thank my sponsors: CGE, Shenandoah Shine, MartinSports906.com. My big sponsors over at GTR, my teammates Lee Morgan, Joshua Abbey, Daniel Hendra for helping me out during the race, giving me some tips and tricks of how to make the car do this and how to make it turn better. Dan Gallant, he wasn't here this week. He's having fun in Disneyland, actually, so definitely missed him tonight, but hopefully he'll be here before the Daytona Road Course. We can get some practice in before that next week.
Heck yeah, man. We're looking forward to seeing you run that 51 machine next week. Hopefully we'll be having a word with you again. But hey, congratulations on that win here tonight at Dover. We know it wasn't an easy one. There was a lot of chaos, and you were able to keep that 51 clean and bring her out in front. So again, big congratulations to you, Bradley, and hopefully we'll be speaking with you soon.
Thank you. Definitely planning on it.
All right. Good night, buddy.
You too.
All right. And that was your winner, Bradley Wilson. And you heard it from all your top three drivers. Just a very demanding race. These guys seemed like they were just all out of it, man. Just gassed. I mean, you could tell Bradley Wilson just seemed like he was just ready to hit the road. That 51 machine sounded like he was working that race car all night. And that's what we love with these open setups, man. Some of these cars are a little bit harder to drive than the others, so it really brings a whole different aspect to the races. Not only are you racing that track, you're racing the car a lot of the time. So we saw that tonight at Dover with some big accidents, some big trouble, but some big racing. And it's going to be that 51 of Bradley Wilson picking up his second win here of the early season in the next gens. And Chris, do you have any final words before we let our fans here tonight go?
Just a big shout out to the Full Throttle guys for having us on here at every week. Like I say, it's always, we couldn't do it without them. Couldn't do it without Robbie. Couldn't do it without David and all those guys behind the scene. Just want to thank 811 Dig for coming on board with us and helping us get all this stuff going. And just a big shout out to everybody out on the Facebook and the YouTube, everybody that watches us and supports us. Just want to say thank you to all you guys, and it's going to be a lot of fun next week.
A lot of fun indeed. We'll be at the Daytona Road Course. Make sure to tune in next Sunday at 8 p.m. for these next-gen cars on the road course. Going to get to see how they handle for the first time in the Full Throttle Series on those right and lefts. So it's going to be one that you do not want to miss. But I think this is going to be all from me and Chris up here in the booth. Again, congratulations to Bradley Wilson on that win here tonight. But other than that, if you're on that YouTube, click that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you know when we go live. If you're on that Facebook, hit like, and make sure to hit that share button. All the friends, make sure to let them know that we got some good racing going on over here in the Full Throttle series, and they do not want to miss it. It's a good Sunday night filler after the Cup Series races. Come watch some boys throw down in the next gen cars. Oh yeah, always an awesome sight. But hey, again, thank you to the fans and all the sponsors here tonight, and we will be seeing you next week at the Daytona Road Course. This has been Chris and Josh Kiwis in the Full Throttle booth, signing out, and good night, folks, and we will be seeing you next week.